Another dragon weapon set. Now, I was like, what can follow up the previous video, which if you haven't seen the Dragon's Fury loadout or the video, go watch it. It was actually a lot more impressive than I thought it was going to be. And honestly, I actually do recommend watching because I was shocked during the entire recording. You can like look at my face. I'm like, oh my goodness, how's this weapon so good? So I don't know what could follow up or beat that, but we're doing the Dragon's War this time. So the Dragon's War is a AR, a part of the Dragon's weapon set. Now, if you watched the last video, the Dragon's Fury, of course, it kind of has a built-in affliction. Now, technically, it's not built-in affliction. Well, technically, it's not affliction, but that's the closest thing that we can call it because that technically is what it is. So we're going to be testing out technically the affliction, the built-in affliction itself. And then, of course, we have the 6th perk, which is Roman candles, which if you don't know what that is, it's basically bottle rockets that drop every 8 seconds, which is actually pretty cool. It does damage too. And I believe if it hits enemies, it also does more area damage, kind of like explosive damage, which is pretty, like I said, it's pretty cool. Now, you can get this weapon through the Lunar Llamas, all the dragon weapons you can. So if you ever, curious to see how you get that weapon, I'd recommend going in and opening some Lunar Llamas, which you can get now by doing war games, which are kind of fun. I mean, that's really up to you if you do war games, but I do war games. I love them. But the loadout we're going to be using is not Sonar Farah. I was on a different loadout. We're going to be using Rescue Trooper Ramirez. This is your basic go-to AR loadout. And I am going to be running Blast from the Past because last time I had a problem with the staying alive kind of part. And if you watch last video, we are doing a exploding death bomb along with exploding healing death burst. Sorry. Someone calls it something different. It's like exploding death or healing death burst or something like that because it's like exploding death bombs and it heals enemies too. It's funny. Yeah, we're going to be running Blast from the Past along with Styrian Hide and Might. We want the more armor, and then we want health coming back to us. And then we have assault crit damage, assault ammo recovery, and going coconuts because we need health, of course, because last time it was a little rough. But now you're asking, maybe assault ammo recovery is not the best option. Surprisingly enough, the Dragon's Fury is a weapon that only has 20 shots per clip. So you could run something, extend the mag, you can run Chaos Agent or something like that. But assault ammo recovery, to be able to shoot more per and do more affliction over time with the kind of the built-in affliction is a little bit smarter than you may think. I was deciding between this one, or I believe the other choice was actually what is it? It was locked and reloaded. So after reloading, we'd get more damage. But I ended up going with assault ammo recovery because of the reload time along with the shots per clip. So yeah. Otherwise, that's basic loadout in the weapon itself. Let's actually just jump into the mission. Now, of course, we're doing RTD with that exploding death bomb and healing death burst, which should be fun. But otherwise, let's just jump right into the mission. Alrighty, so we're in the mission. I think we're just jumping straight to the defense because I've noticed the defense is for RTDs, it's 8 minutes, and keeping you guys here for 8 minutes is a very long time. However, this weapon I was testing out before doing the defense. It's actually insane. So you have basically a 25 clip or magazine size, because that's technically what it is. Because if you look, the percent of ammo recovery is 24%, which is just about 25, which 25% of 20 is 5, so you have 25, right? So which 25 bullets is not too bad. However, what is even more insane is the fact that when you shoot an enemy, the affliction is insane. Like, look. Okay, so that enemy's half, it just instantly kills. That enemy got health back. Literally about, like, it just does, like, look how much that. I don't know if it's just me. Mist monster, right? I'm going to shoot it a couple times. Let's just get it going. Okay, I don't know what just finished that off, but whatever it was, finished it. I want a enemy. Let me just stand up top here. I just want to shoot enemies individually because I want to showcase how crazy the built-in affliction is. Now, built-in affliction, I'm doing quotations on it because technically it's not affliction, like I said prior. It's technically not affliction. It's just the way the weapon works. You technically have built-in affliction, but the amount of damage that you do is insane, or the affliction that it does. So like, I'm shooting an enemy. I want to get like this enemy over here. I'm going to shoot it once. Bam. Look how much damage it does. Like, that's about like a third of its health. And then a third again. It ticks for so much. And then I get just finished off with one more shot. Or if an enemy is less one, I can shoot it twice, and the healing death burst, of course, is getting those enemies back. But it is insane of like how much damage you're doing. Now, this weapon, I kind of see it as like kind of like a super shredder. Now you don't have to ADS when shooting it, but you can kind of like fire it like this, so you can do more area damage or do damage to more enemies. But the single target damage is actually insane. That affliction does kick in, and I think against these horrible love lobbers, they pretty much two-shot it. If not, if you're lucky, one-shot it. Now, another thing to mention, these things have Roman candles too. So if there's an enemy somewhere and it's low, those Roman candles will finish it off. Now, of course, it's kind of hard to showcase a weapon in a healing death burst along with the death bomb mission because, of course, it's going to be a little more rough because, those enemies are getting those health back. But, like, you can see, it is almost outdoing the amount of damage. So, like, this mist monster right here, I'm going to shoot it a couple times. Right? Look how much affliction. It's slowly ticking it. You can see it. But that is still insane for a power level 250 mist monster. Like, that is insane. There's a smash right here. Let's see how much damage it does. I want to get a Roman candle going. That's what I want. Okay, there's a Roman candle. Let's see the damage going through that. Now, there are traps doing that extra damage around, but, I mean, heck. Okay, I don't want to die here. I don't want to die. Get the streak of not dying. That'd be nice. I'm gonna start eating more coconuts because I did get coconuts for this loadout. So, getting that extra health is very nice. And having 16 or 1.6 million health also is helpful. So, I'm not dying every 2 seconds while shooting an AR. But you can see this affliction, the built-in affliction, it's insane. Like, it's actually, like, you see, like, oh, there's a smasher over here. Let's see. I'm gonna just shoot it a few times. So there's no traps going off right now. This trap's probably gonna go off any second, but you can see, like, it's not that bad. I'm very impressed by this. You see, like, I'm fighting a healing death burst, by the way. If you're like saying, well, this weapon doesn't look like it's that good, remember, this is a healing death burst mission. This is a mission that is basically almost anti to affliction. So the fact that I'm doing more affliction to an enemy and being able to kill that enemy again it's crazy. Like, you can get the Xeon bow, you can get the vacuum tube bow, you can get any weapon that is overpowered like the discharger, and you can kill an enemy pretty fast, especially if it, even if it is healing death or healing death burst or exploding death bombs. But that's my point, though. This weapon is a very underrated weapon. Not a lot of people think about the dragon weapon set and the built-in affliction and just basically the way it works. But like, you can see, I'm taking enemies out with a few shots. And then I reload with that reload perk. It's wonderful. And then bam, just enemy after enemy. There's some enemies right there. I just have to shoot them a few times. That built-in affliction will eliminate them. Now, without healing death burst, you would only have to shoot it like twice and then it would be dead. But the fact that the other enemies are getting the health back from the other enemies, it kind of, you have to shoot them repetitively. So that's why I'm focusing on one enemy at a time, because healing death burst, of course, is healing those enemies that you eliminate, at that time, if that makes sense. If you play 160s with healing death burst, you can see how insane it is, especially with Nerd's Husk. Okay, let me throw some turrets down because I haven't been throwing any turrets down, and why not? Now, I'm not running Tro, so it doesn't really matter if I'm not, putting my turrets up or putting in any traps. But I think Blast from the Past would be the best. But honestly, I think it would be pretty fun with Tro to see how it works. Now, this mini boss, let's see what it can do against this mini boss. Okay. Let me go to this other one. Okay, I don't think it's doing an insane amount. I mean, it is fire, so we're, fighting fire against fire, ironically. So we're not going to be doing a lot. But it's put in some work. Let's use the minigun here and try to get it down a little more. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, sometimes all these love lobbers are going to kill me. Oh, I don't want to die. I was on a good streak. Oh, we're good. Okay, this mini boss is being very annoying. I'm just going to close this off, and I'm going to put some traps down. Because I know its stealing electric field should be too high, but at the moment, I just don't want to lose the mission. And this mini boss is being quite annoying. I think I just might have to let it despawn. This weapon's not really great for area, or not area. Well, yeah, it's actually not great for area damage. Single target damage, not too bad. But the problem is, against a mini boss that is fire, it's not going to do a lot, especially if it's building blocker. So I'm going to just block off these enemies real quick. Healing death burst, very fun. just focus this mini boss real quick. Might lose this mission because it's building blocker. And there's smashers everywhere. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Mini boss is dead. And there's so many smashers. Yeah, the area damage on this is not great, but you can see, I mean, look at the affliction on that. I mean, someone's using a hemlock, so clearly the hemlock's a little bit of a better weapon. But I think the fact that this weapon or the weapon set itself gets a bad rap is kind of sad, I guess. I mean, clearly it's not doing the greatest against a death bomb mission or a literal mission that has oh no, that is not good. I'm gonna put some broadsides down right here against this wall. Get that in there. Get some seal lush fields down. Mini boss, or not mini boss, smashers are just bane of the existence right now. And my frames, oh my. I just don't want to lose this mission, that's all. I'm just gonna stay in here. Yeah, there's so many smashers and it's so bad, the lag. I don't know what it is, but the frame drops. Holy, there we go. Okay, that's done. Also, crumb husker not fun. Yeah, so I guess it was a little rough at the end. I think what I learned about this weapon is single target damage is really good if you're trying to kill an enemy that you know, like basic husk. If you're trying to kill those enemies, really easy to do. But when it comes to smashers, mist monsters, a little bit harder. The affliction is there, the built-in affliction. The bottle rockets didn't really do anything, but it wasn't too bad. I think going against just regular enemies, just sitting up top, like kind of like a crow's nest kind of feel, and just shooting those enemies that come in, I think it's very fun. The healing death burst is not really fun to go against, especially with weapons that are meant to do affliction and to kill enemies over time instead of enemies instantly. But it did put in some work. If you go back, you can see that I was doing a decent amount of damage. And it wasn't too bad. Otherwise, that is it for the video. Remember, if you guys are interested in the dragon weapon set, I'll be covering them over the next few weeks. And if you're interested in that, subscribe for more. Otherwise, you guys have an amazing day. Let me know what you think of the Dragon's Roar. And yeah, let me know what you think down in the comments. Otherwise, you guys have an amazing day, and I'll see you guys in the next one.